FUT Birthday Objective player number 2. It's the second week of FUT Birthday, and today EA have given us a pretty nice objective, an 87 rated Hincapie. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Probably not, let's be real. But let's have a look at his stats. 3-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. He's a lefty with 6 foot as his height, medium work rates. He can play as a left back, he can play as a left wing back. But honestly, if you were to have maybe an anchor on him to give him that strength and aggression boost, defending and a little pace boost, medium work rates ain't bad at all for a centre back. This card could be a top tier centre back. And he's only going to take you, what, 8 games? So without further ado, boys, let's go through these objectives. You guys know how it works. We'll go through them step by step, giving you guys my tips and tricks, and if necessary, there will be a squad builder. Now, there is a token with this as well as Rizzy. Score 8 goals with Bundesliga players in squad battles on at least semi-pro difficulty, or Rivals and FUT Champions. Yes, EA Sports, they have finally given us the option for FUT Champs, and I know lots of you guys will still want to do this in squad battles, but I'm someone, and I know lots of people are the same, someone that would rather play FUT Champs and do objectives in FUT Champs than Division Rivals, because Division Rivals, if you're in a higher division, is atrocious, it's awful. Now that is FUT Champs playoffs as well, because it doesn't say FUT Champions finals, so you can do this in FUT Champs playoffs, which is a lot easier than FUT Champs finals, which is beautiful. But you score 8 goals with Bundesliga players. If you do that in squad battles on at least semi-pro, Rivals, Champs, Rivals and Champs, it may take you a little bit longer, but if you do it correctly, play a really poor team on semi-pro, you could most definitely get 8 Bundesliga goals within one match, and then you can get your FUT Birthday Swaps token and be done with the objective if you don't want to go further. But if you are here for the Hincapie more so than the token, you've also got assist 4 goals with defenders in squad battles on at least semi-pro difficulty, or Rivals and FUT Champs. Now once again, defender assist can be a bit tricky, so I will give you guys a tip for that shortly. We've then got score and assist using players with at least 80 pace in 4 separate squad battle matches. Now this is incredibly easy, and 9 times out of 10 with these objectives, it doesn't mean you have to score with assist a player and then score within that same sequence, like assist and then score with it. If that makes sense, you don't have to do it. Like say you've got my Ben Yedder and Mbappe as my 280 plus pace. It doesn't mean you have to either assist Mbappe and score with Ben Yedder and then assist with Ben Yedder score. It does not mean that. For example, you could assist with Ben Yedder, who's got at least 80 pace, and then you've got my Nan at centre back with 5 pace. You score with my Nan, love my Nan, great woman. You score with my Nan, that will still count as like an assist for Ben Yedder. And then let's say you score separately with Ben Yedder in a future sequence of play, then that will be fine. It doesn't have to be within the same sequence, if that makes sense. Majority of your guys' teams anyway, or attackers, midfielders, are at least 80 plus pace anyway, so it's going to be just, you're going to get this done by naturally playing, aren't you? And then lastly, we've got 7 games it is to get this objective, assuming you get it done all at once, which if you're doing this in Rivals and Champs, sure, I doubt you win all 7 in a row. If you are doing squad battle semi-pro, you are more than likely to, but win 7 squad battle matches on semi-pro or Rivals and Champs, whilst having at least 4 Bundesliga players in your starting 11. Let's jump on over to the squad builder, let's jump on over to the tips, and as always, let's jump on over to the squad battles tip on how you can play some really poor teams basically every single match, alright? Let's get into it. Now, what we're going to do is, I think we're going to do the squad builder / the little tip for the assist with the defenders first. Now, this is my cup team that I built for my previous video. If you are confused and want to do that one, then there is a video on the channel. But let's jump on over to my main team for this objective. If we have a look at my team, I've got no Bundesliga players because I'm a little bit of a rat with all of these meta icons. I do not have any Bundesliga players whatsoever. So what everyone watching, what I want you guys to do, or what you kind of have to do anyway, is search your club for your best possible Bundesliga players. This might be a completely different screen to me or to you than it is for me, because obviously everyone's club is different. But obviously my best Bundesliga players, I can go for my Musiala, I can go for Diaby, I'll go for Upamecano, and I will go for Emre Can, alright, because I've not really had a chance to use him. Now remember, you need 4 Bundesliga players in your starting lineup, so I could go for Can here, I could go for Upamecano here, and now Diaby is absolutely perfect because he's 80 plus pace. I could chuck him at right wing over Jarzinho. Musiala we can chuck at left wing over Mbappe. If you're doing this in squad battles, then chemistry doesn't really matter too much. For example, Musiala can't play as a left wing, but that won't matter too much. Emre Can, he can play as a centre back though. Emre can play as a centre back, get it? Sorry, it's awful. But moral of the story, get your 4 Bundesliga players in, and now from here, I've got my 4 Bundesliga players. I'm essentially ready to go. Now, all that I really need need to tick off is getting the assists with players and scoring with players with at least 80 pace, which literally my whole team, in fact every player except for Courtois in there obviously, has got 80 plus pace. So, and I feel like this will be similar for lots of you guys as well. So once again, you'll just get that by playing. Now we need Bundesliga goals, so we want to try to get some Diaby goals, some Musiala goals. I doubt you'll be scoring with your centre backs, but most importantly and the trickiest objective of them all is assisting with your fullbacks. For me it's going to be Capdevila. For me, it's going to be Zambrotta. And for you guys to assist with your fullbacks, the number one tip for this, go into the game as it is, with the exact same position, everything's good, happy days. Now, what you want to do when you get into the game, straight away, pause it. If you are doing it in squad battles, and this would be so much easier to get the assist with defenders in squad battles rather than online. But all you want to do, and we'll get into the squad battles tip shortly, and you'll have more than enough time and more than enough skill to most likely get this done, is pause it straight away, and all you want to do is just move your fullbacks up in game. For example, I play as a 4-2-3-1 in game. I do switch to a 4-2-3-1. What I will do in game is I'll pause it and I'll move my Zambrotta up. I mean, we kind of need the Bundesliga boy. We want to keep at least one Bundesliga lad up there to try to get the goals. I'll go for Capdevila. Move him up in game to the left cam position, because scoring from a left cam or a winger position, whatever formation you're using, will be so much easier than a fullback position. So that's all it is. Pause it and move him up in game, so you can maybe use him in the winger position, because after all, fullbacks are kind of like wingers. People, you know what the saying is, right? If you're a fullback in real life, you're either a failed winger or a failed, is it centre back or something like that? Or is that how it goes? You get what I mean, right? But still, fullbacks have got more than enough capable attacking ability to be able to play them on the wing. I mean, if you're doing it semi-pro on squad battles anyway, it will be pretty damn easy. Now, you guys probably heard me talking about the squad battles tip, and this is pretty important. If we head on over to the squad battles, and if you are doing majority of these objectives, or even if you do some of the trickier ones, like say assisting with the fullbacks in squad battles, and then just get the wins with the Bundesliga players in champs or rivals, probably the way I'd do it. Now, as you can see, this tip is quite important for you guys. Squad battles, 90 rating, 33 chem, that's a good team. 86 rating with 2 chem, high rating with low chem can be beatable. For example, you can see I've already started doing this as well. Now, the last one here is a 61 rated squad with 0 chemistry. Happy days. We will be able to absolutely batter this. Now, with squad battles, you get given 4 teams every single selection, most often 2, maybe 3 good ones, and then 1, if you're lucky, 2 really poor ones. And 61 rating with 0 chem is awful. So what we can do is we can choose semi-pro, and against the 61 rated team, I'd put at least $20 on the table that we can, if we try our hardest for the full 90 minutes, score at least 15 goals against this, alright? Now, within that, you can obviously try get your fullback assists, get your Bundesliga goals, you can get your assists and score with your minimum 80 plus pace, tick 1 game off of that, because it is going to be incredibly easy. You're playing bronze players out of position, 0 chemistry, it's going to be easy, okay? Now, you're probably going, what's the tip here? You're just playing the worst team every time. That's not a tip, right? It's not a tip showing us you can play the worst team. What the actual tip is as you can see, you have got an option to update your opponents, and I will circle it by pressing square on the PlayStation, or X if you are on Xbox. You will have the option to update your opponents. Now, I am throwing away the fact we'd be able to play this team, so it does hurt, but for the sake of a video, we will refresh it. 71 with 6 chem, 65 with 15 chem. We've got the higher rated squads here, but in this case we've got 2 pretty poor teams that we could beat, 71 and 6 chem and 65 and 15 chem. We could definitely beat these 2 on semi-pro, which is beautiful. Now, as you can see, that update opponents option is gone, but you have the option to update your opponents every 10 to 15 minutes is the cooldown, and conveniently enough, a game of FIFA is around 12 to 15 minutes long, meaning you could play a game, and by the time you're finished that game, that option to refresh will be there again. So it can be a constant cycle of playing the worst team out of the 4, refreshing, and then playing the worst team out of the 4, and then refreshing after that match, and that way you're just playing poor teams every single time. Now, you have obviously got up to 10 refreshes, and if you do go over that 10 refresh limit, it means that you'd be exceeding your 40 match limit, as you can see circled. Now, if you do go over it, do not stress, it only means that you'll no longer get points for winning the squad battles game. So if you are someone that does play squad battles for rewards, then obviously you don't want to keep refreshing, because you'll no longer, after you go over that 40 match limit, be able to get points. But no stress, it will still count towards your objective. Champions. So lads, that has been me for today. A little bit of a recap. The score 8 goals with Bundesliga players. If you're doing the squad battles hack, as I said, or glitch I should say, then I say glitch, it's just a life hack, isn't it? Then you could obviously be getting them done. If not, you'll definitely get them done in Rivals and Champs. Assist 4 goals with defenders is not in separate matches, so as I said, I'd much rather do this in squad battles. Pause it straight away, move your fullbacks up, give the 4 assists, happy days. Score an assist using a player with at least 80 pace in 4 separate matches. Once again, you can assist with Hincapie to someone with under 80 pace and then score with someone else later on. But let's be real, most teams have players with 80 plus pace. Then lastly, we've got win 7 squad battle matches. Now, for the fastest sequence with at least 4 Bundesliga players, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me finish it first. So, win 7 squad battle matches or Rivals Champs having at least 4 Bundesliga. But as I was going to say, as for the fastest way, in my opinion, what I would do is I would play 1 squad battles game on semi-pro difficulty against a poor team, score 8 goals with a Bundesliga player, give it 4 assists with defenders, and then all you'll have left is to obviously score and assist using players with at least 80 pace in 3 separate matches, and then you'll just have 6 wins needed with at least 7 Bundesliga players, which is when I'll switch over to Rivals or Champs. In my opinion, that will be the quickest way, or the most efficient, the most least boring way, because if you did it all in squad battles, sure, it would be the easiest, but it would also be pretty damn long and boring. Whereas in FUT Champs playoffs, if you're good enough, you could try get some rage quit, so on and so forth. So I would play as much squad battles as you need to get the 4 assists with defenders essentially. And then from there, do the rest in FUT Champs or Division Rivals. Any further questions, lads, make sure to let me know. So your boy Davis, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.